And good afternoon to everyone out there at Randomania 2. I'm Crimson Avix. I will be one of the people on commentary for you today. And this is going to be one of our 2-2 matchups for a spot in the brackets of this 2017 Pennaforce tournament. This matchup will be between Matrick and Vanny Von. So, just a few notes about this before we get them started. This is, as I said, a Pennaforce tournament. So one of the big differences between this and a regular standard tournament race is, well, they're only going to need 5 Triforces to get into 9. So that really changes routing, and it can change the way we see runners progress through the game because important items also might end up in 9. So our bow, our ladder, raft, power bracelet, all could end up in 9. So we might see maybe a required double dip in 9 or anything like that. So it should be rather interesting to see how this causes our routers to go through. Now, with me tonight, and or with me this afternoon, I should say, and doing a lot of the restreaming and tracking and everything else is going to be OPT Lawyer.
Hi everybody, how we doing tonight? Or today? It's not even night. It's 1 in the afternoon over here. Goodness. This is gonna be fun. This is exciting. I'm excited for this, Krim. I don't know about you. I'm just excited. This is gonna be a great
Oh,
match.
absolutely. And I believe we are about ready to get them underway. So just give us a few seconds for, the whole stream delay and Twitch delay and everything else, and we'll be ready to go.
Indeed we are. So where do you think they're gonna start?
Well, not in Death Mountain, but Dead Woods is actually where they're starting today, and uh, an interesting starting spot because there are quite a few different ways you can go. You can go the direction that Matrick is over towards Vanilla Star and check out one of these Armos statues immediately, or you can do like Vanny is and go through and check out some of the Dead Woods and maybe head up towards the grave. You also will notice that Matrick's sprites don't look like regular Zelda. He does use a custom Legacy of the Wizard sprite set.
Ooh, that's pretty neat.
And Matrick did get his item, and it looks like it was the red ring under the Arma statue.
Oh, that's just gonna be. That's amazing. A great find early. He's gonna be able to basically face tank all of combat now. So he's got to feel great about that.
Absolutely, and finds a gift shop immediately after, so he has a candle now to be searching through the forest. I do believe he got over here through one of the Take Any roads, but so far it has come up great for him. Getting the red ring, quick candle, so he can do a lot of exploration here. Also, because they started out in the Dead Woods, he'll also have a candle to explore over there. And Vanny does have a candle as well, able to get one from a gift shop in his area. So both of our runners good for early exploration. Matrick a little bit better off in the defensive department right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, but other than that, we've got each runner has a candle, but other than that, I don't feel like we found a whole lot so far. But it is early.
No, we have seen our medium secret. Unfortunately for our runners, it is the lowest any medium secret can be, only at 25 rupees.
Oh.
But with the free red ring, I don't think that's any amount of a concern.
Absolutely.
So we have Matrick now searching the Dead Woods, and he will get his heart container. Now, in these seeds, or in these flags, heart containers are actually a little bit harder to come by because you aren't going to be visiting all the levels, so you won't be getting a lot of the standard heart containers that you would get there. So finding heart containers and grabbing them when you can is definitely at a premium, especially because you still have that required 4 to 6 heart containers for that white sword item, which, could be the bow, could be the silver zay, it could also be something useless, but you don't know until you find that. And Vanny is going through the Take Any Roach right now. We also do see one up at the waterfalls. So that one is kind of useless because there's really only 3 spots you can get in general there. Just with the waterfall, the White Sword Cave, and Vanilla Level 5. So that's not one that you really like to see at any point.
No, but at the same time, the great thing about that is you don't have to go back up there.
Yeah, it does allow for not only an easy way in to check up there, but an easy way out. And Vanny, with 1 heart left, is going to check this armor screen and is going to get his red ring as well. So he's in a lot better position now. But one thing our runners haven't found yet is the wood sword. That is the reason they are checking a lot of these open caves, because the wood sword is guaranteed not to be behind any type of block, whether it would be candle, bomb, raft, or anything. So you will see them checking out a lot of these open caves for some sort of weapon. We also haven't found any levels yet, which, depending on what level, well, there we go, there's our wood sword. But depending on what level we get, we would see runners choose to dig. Like, here, Matrick is in level 8. Level 8 has 2 items, so it might not be a bad decision just to check a few rooms to see if there's anything available. However, that's 8 whiz roads, and yes, we're not going to be doing anything with them yet.
Not quite, no. So, Krim, why are all the NPCs saying the exact same thing?
It's actually one of the newest features of the randomizer, as well as the whole which direction you enter from, which we saw Matrick enter from the top of a room. But until we find the book, all the NPCs are just going to speak in gibberish and not make any sense at all. And yeah, it actually makes the book kind of viable to pick up, because then at least we can get some hints from these NPCs.
Awesome. Was that 85?
Yes. We are not having any luck. We are in Hyrulean recession right now. So yeah, not a lot of money.
Not so much, but with the finding of the red ring that early, though, thankfully you're not gonna need 250 rupees to buy a blue ring. So, hey, that's our white sword item.
Yeah, our white sword item is the heart. So, get hearts to get a heart. Unfortunately, 4 hearts was not enough for Matrick.
Yeah. Right, and it's unlikely, unless Vanilla level 9 is a dungeon of some kind, it's unlikely he's ever going to come back up here for that.
No, with Red Ring, that 1 heart container will only make basically 1 Hyrule driver worth of difference. So it's not that critical, especially because he's going to need more hearts to get it anyway. It'd be more of a time sink to go up and grab it than it would just to ignore it altogether.
Absolutely. Magic's just going through another one of the Take Any roads. So, let's see. So Van's got the wood sword, and he's clearly looking for anything at this point. He's probably going to stumble on level 8 here pretty quickly, isn't he? I think it was around here someplace.
Yeah, I believe it is actually the Armos screen right to the left here, so we should see him in level 8 relatively soon.
Oh, Matt found the letter. Well, that's the thing we can spend our money on.
Yeah, letter is another one of those that gains great value in these seeds, just because potions can be a little more advantageous to have when you only have maybe 6 or 7 hearts going into Ganon.
Now, even with Red Ring, you see a room with, what, 8 blue Wizrobes, and I'm guessing you're not really thinking, hey, I should go into this right now.
Not unless I have a bomb upgrade, red ring, about 6 hearts, and white sword would even be beneficial. But the worst part about that, as Magic does find his wood sword as well, is the issue that there's a shutter behind there. So unless they can bomb right in that room to get to the final room along the bottom there, and that leads to a staircase, that room of 8 blue Wizrobes will be required in level 8.
Yeah. By the way, did you catch those bomb prices? 34 rupees. Not only are we in a recession, prices are high today.
Yeah, recession, inflation, we got everything going on.
Indeed.
Well, at least our small secret's a little bit above normal.
Yes, plus 2 rupees.
Yeah, there's actually a huge rupee difference between Vanny and Magic right now, too. 214 to nothing. Now, really, the only thing that we would really absolutely need money for right now would possibly be meat or arrows. Hints would be potentially nice if we find the book, but that and a bomb upgrade. So where Vaughn is in terms of rupee count and everything else, I would say he's in relatively good shape at this point.
Find level 5.
Also, those blue moblins, I think, rolled the plus 2 HP.
I believe you're correct. They are pretty thick.
And, okay, so one room into 8, we find 8 blue Wizrobes. One room into 5, we find a bunch of blue Dark Nuts.
This seed doesn't like our runners, apparently. That is not very nice game. Just saying. Oh my goodness. Oh, Vanny able to actually get around all of the red Lynels to get that letter, so he can buy potions now if he chooses to.
Yeah, Magic coming across the Magic Sword there on Candle Row. Probably won't be seeing much of that as we find level 6 on Vanny's side. So, okay, so our runners find the red ring, so they're like, oh, great, we're in a good position, and then see the enemy sets they do, and the only levels we're finding are these big ones.
And we find an immediate dig doctor. Because why wouldn't we?
Yeah, and that room right there with the fire, the traps, the Gibdos, that is actually deceptively difficult to navigate through. Vanny does find the heart down there, but having Gorillas with an enemy set like that can be actually really dangerous. Luckily, they have the red ring for it, but you could lose a lot of health very quickly otherwise.
Absolutely.
And unless this is a transport staircase, we might be key blocked out of 6.
Very much so. But it's possible. This is a push block room in first quest, and an item didn't drop. It still doesn't push.
Yeah, we're... Our runners, I'm sorry. I can't say anything else.
This seed is just rude. It's like, oh, here's the red ring. Everything else is impossible. Not impossible, but really difficult.
And it's really odd because our runners have fairly decent ability for exploration early on because they do have their bombs. They both got early candles. It didn't take either of them too long to find the sword. So we had the exploration available, but oh my goodness, these dungeons.
Yeah, this is gonna be, well, it's either gonna be combat heavy or we're just gonna find all of the other dungeons where we don't have to worry about this. Van actually stumbles on a potion shop. I thought he had the letter, but decides not to use it.
Yeah, a lot of runners won't use that until they maybe want to consider purchasing one. Even if they use it, with fast text on, you still do have to wait for the whole slogan or whatever the person's saying to come
Oh,
out.
wow.
But we are seeing the potion prices on that side, and well, they are good.
That's 49 for the red that's quite nice, actually. So at least there's something affordable here, as man, looks like he's finding level 3.
Yeah, finally a decent level with a compass. But unless he gets a key from this room up here, he is going to have to. Well, there's the key, but he got the nice bomb wall physics from bumping into that trap. But he may want to consider to see. Actually, no, he won't not be able to do the enter exit trick because, well, of where we're located on the world map. So he will have to spend that key he just got in order to progress in level 3.
Absolutely. Also, those troll Dodongos, that is hilarious. Right, so so far the enemy set in level 3 doesn't look to be all that awful. I've just seen Gibdos, the Dodongos, and the Vyres. I haven't seen anything that's made me think, oh gosh, another combat block.
No, the Gibdos and the Vyres aren't anything that you're afraid of. Now, both of our runners doing two separate things. Matrick is going ahead and clearing out these rooms, looking for a floor drop. Banny just sort of skipped over them. He did find a key down a little bit lower, which we still will need. But Matrick is going ahead and trying to see if he can't find many more keys or anything like that. So, really interesting to see the two different styles in approaching this dungeon at first.
Absolutely. Bubbles inside a room with Gibdos. Just never a fun thing to have to deal with.
No, luckily Matt got some of his bombs back that he lost from just the bubbles pushing him out of the way as he's trying to lay the bombs, but overall, doesn't seem too bad. A nice reprieve from the other dungeons we've seen. And then we get this beautiful dungeon. Since level 3 typically has a sand room where you fight the main handler, well, one of the rooms gets that palette, and it might not be sand, so we get the glowing floor.
That's always fun.
Now, Banny was in that reverse C room, but he should know that, well, it couldn't be the push block because the shutter door closed, so there wouldn't be anything there for him. Still looking for this all-important item to see if it is any sort of progression.
Has anyone attempted to bomb the Vyres yet to see if they actually died at one bomb shot, or...?
I do not believe so, and it looks like Matrick isn't going to bother with them in here either. Just using his beams and everything to take out the Vyres, which, you know, if he had the beam sword, makes it a lot easier. And Banning actually getting his Triforce out of that reverse C room, so that does put him at his first Triforce.
Indeed it does. Actually wasn't expecting that room to have the Triforce, but it did, so there you go. Reverse C with a shutter door. That is a drop room, or can be, at least in this dungeon.
Yeah, both of our runners probably will hunt out the item here. Banny is finally using his key, and that will open up the right side for him, so we'll see where this item is. And, well, it's right here.
Alrighty, so let's hope this is something. It's gonna be something. It's just a matter of what something is it. Let's see. Okay.
And, well, it's a recorder.
Well, I mean, that's gonna be nice for getting around the world, I guess, but... And maybe we have a Dig Dogger block here and there, but not exactly what either runner was probably hoping to get out of level 3. But again, it does help with the world, you know, movement, so, yeah, not the worst item you could have found.
Nah, but it only helps with world movement once you get Triforces, and, well, we only have one.
We do only have one. But at least it'll put you somewhat although the Take Any Roads will do that too, so never mind. I was thinking it'd put you close to the coastline, but Take Any Roads is going to put you closer. We are going to get to see what is on our coast item here real soon.
Matrick grabbing his 2D flute device as well. And I wasn't able to pick up what it was.
Well, that's the silver arrows.
Oh.
So that's going to be important.
Yeah, so we are on the quest for the bow and the ladder now.
Yeah. Yeah, we found the arrows. We just need that ladder to get that, which actually can be in level 9, due to the flag sets, which is always an interesting occurrence to have to go into level 9 to get a thing you need to leave level 9.
Yeah, I mean, it could potentially be even worse too, because, well, as commentators, we like to theorize on the worst possible things to happen, and my thought would be having to go in to maybe get the bow out of level 9 to kill a Goma with wood arrows to get the ladder to get the silvers.
Oh gosh, okay, that's just evil, sir. Alright, so our runners have left 3, and as you can see, they clearly don't want to try to go back to level 8 or 5 or 6 yet, so...
I mean, can you blame them?
No, I can't, and without any keys, I think, 5 was it key blocked?
5 may have been key blocked. I remember that was all of our dark nuts. 6 was definitely key blocked, and 8 was just full of nope.
Yeah, that's what it was. 6 was key blocked, 5 had the dark nuts, and 8 had nope. Well, Matrick's up to 5 heart containers. I don't know if he made it up to Death Mountain and the potion shop next door with the white sword. There's 4.
Yeah, Matrick actually is the one who saw the white sword item. Vanny has not been up there yet. But both of them runners at 5 hearts right now.
Level 4 is hopefully not going to be a bad one here. It's smaller than all the other levels after it, so... well, hey, we get a combat blocked room, but at least this time it's not anything near 8 whiz robes.
No, we don't have blue whiz robes, we only have blue keys, so that's much better. And, well, can you direct me to the train station? Maybe Hyrule should just invest in signs, that way all these old men can find out where they're going.
I know, right? Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
And we're gonna have Matrick entering 4 as well, and we get an early item here, and it is the white sword.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that will definitely make that blue Wizrobe room a little less scary for our runners. But still, well, we're ladder blocked in 4. If I'm Vanny, though, I clear out that room just to make sure the Triforce isn't in there before I up A. But, yeah.
Yeah, no, I can see that. But, no, alright, so... Yeah, as you were saying, though, at least the white sword's gonna help with those combat-blocked rooms. My goodness, but... So, that ladder's becoming even more important, apparently. There's another bomb shop.
Yeah, Vanny not needing any of those bombs right now. We'll continue to explore up here in the northeast. Hopefully able to find level 1 soon. That's really the level that our runners would want more than anything right now.
Absolutely.
As Matrick makes his way down to pick up the white sword. Out of the non-key items, I would say white sword might be right on par in these flags with the red ring as the item that you would want.
Absolutely, because you are very unlikely to get the magic sword due to the number of dungeons we're not going into. I'd say even especially more so with the white sword item being the dungeon heart or the coast heart, because again, our runners are very unlikely to go back up there and get it. Now, Van might actually go up there and get it the first time he sees it, but Matrix... Oh, okay. Well, we just found level 1.
Yeah, that works. Definitely. And Shadi does bring up a good point. Something that our runners may be starting to consider with some of this, a little bit of this extra money that they have is maybe buy keys instead of saving up for something else. Because, well, here in level 1, look, we have a key block down to the feet of the eagle. So, yeah, keys could be very important, even though we have an early Triforce.
Yes, we do. No, absolutely. And level 1 is... I feel it's notorious for being key blocked because it's so linear. There's not too many ways around a lot of the different areas. The center of the dungeon, yeah, you can bomb around different places, but like the top and the bottom, you are going to have a very narrow pathway. So finding a way to get more keys is almost imperative at times.
Yeah, level 1, I may be a little mistaken on the exact number, but I believe it is 6 key doors in the vanilla version of the game. And when you don't play with shapes in the randomizer, it does adopt a lot of those characteristics of levels. So you would normally see maybe about 6 key block doors in level 1 in any given randomizer, which is very resource intensive.
Absolutely, especially when you're not necessarily guaranteed key drops in any place. But so far, level 1 is, oh, well, hey, we found something.
Well, isn't that vanilla? Oh, wait, we're 1 room to the left, but still, very vanilla. Right? I mean, it is the 4-block room with gorillas in it, laying on the ground.
It's like we didn't even try to randomize this one today. Well, Van has found a very, very useful compass. Meanwhile, Matrick is actually finding the item, and it's the red candle.
So, actually not a lot of great use here in level 1. I mean, red candle's not bad because you can use it more than once on a screen. Whereas the blue, once you use it, if you want to use it again, you have to leave the screen and come back. But given where these runners are and what they know lies ahead in level 8 and level 5, I can't imagine that they're happy about not seeing anything progression-wise.
Yeah, because that's just going to scream, oh, we need to go back into level 5. And Magic does pick up the boomerang. Not sure if that was intentional or not. Looks like it.
Yeah, probably wasn't expecting that, but it's like, you know, whatever. And Metric goes ahead and gives his up A to get back to that Triforce room while Fanny finally comes across the red candle. See if he picks it up, but relatively quick level 1. So level 1 and level 3 are sort of the nice reprieve from the rest of everything else we've experienced so far.
Yeah, they had some very gentle enemy sets in them, let's put it that way. Let's see, I forget exactly where the Triforce was. This actually may be the... Yeah, okay, this is the room. Alright. That's right. I was wondering if Van was going to clear any more to try to find one more key, but he's got 4 of them, so that's not bad.
No, and the thing that I'm really looking for right now is how long will it be until one of our runners does decide to go back and dive maybe into level 8? Because that could be the key right now. But Vanny finding level 2 at the Armo spot up in the Lost Hills, Matrick did not check the spot, so this could be really interesting depending on what we find here. And I
think that's our bait block in a room that can't possibly block anything.
Not sure that would be an issue.
Right. Level 2 as item is on the floor, and we've already seen the dungeon heart of there. So we're looking for a Triforce and one more item.
And not a ladder block, but this too also has Wizrobes, and that's nothing we want to deal with. Luckily, we don't need that room, and Matrick does actually go back up and pick up that extra heart, so that does put him at 7 now.
Nice. Yeah, with that red ring, every single heart you get is just like 3 extra hearts, so I understand, especially since you're up here and you had to go back there anyway. It makes sense to grab it.
Oh man, and we have Vanny using his boomerang to take out the keys. Luckily, the keys did not roll up in HP, so no issue with doing that.
Absolutely. that was that Chevy room, Van.
Yeah, that noise you heard was not the Wizrobe beam, but that was actually Vanny's Blink saying nope. But we do have very, very nice red Wizrobes there.
Indeed.
And here's Matrick's play. He is going back into level 8.
Oh my goodness. Oh, and that doesn't bomb too. Are you kidding me? I think we have to go through this room. Oh!
And the bow is in too.
Oh, that bow is in level 2.
So Matrick is going to have to find his way back up to the Lost Hills, realize that he did not go into this Armos area. Also, did an excellent job of clearing out that room. But also,
very nicely
but
done.
Something else that will tell Matrick is when he finds that transport staircase, it's going to lead him to that single room in the bottom right of the line. So, really won't benefit him to take it at all.
No, not at all, yeah. Oh gosh. Van is in a room that's just... Well, Matrick has found the heart container. The worst thing for Matrick right now is if he dies in here at all, he's gonna have to re-clear that blue Wizrobe room. That room is going to reset. But thankfully, it looks like the orange Dark Nuts didn't roll any or rolled pretty low on the HP, and Vandy's got his second or his Triforce out of level 2, I should say.
So Matrick's still doing a good job of clearing out his level 8 area. As OPT said, we don't want to see a death in there. And oh my goodness, this is even worse news. Our Dark Nuts and our Wizrobes are paired up together.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, there's a Goma. And a Kliak. This level 8. Just, my goodness.
At least it's only a 2-headed Kliak. Oh, and a very, very squishy one.
Yeah.
Both the initial and the secondary heads rolled down in HP.
Which is nice, especially when everything else has just been so difficult. But thankfully, Matrick's not going to have to clear that Goma room because Triforce can't drop in there, so...
Yeah, that's one of my favorite bits of knowledge to have when doing level or first quest rooms and stuff like that, is the fact that if it's dark, you're not going to get an important drop in there, so you can just sort of skip over it. Now, it could be the compass or something like that, so not necessarily always a horrible drop. I mean, a horrible drop, but
right.
Definitely, if you don't have to clear it out, then it's all for the better.
Oh my goodness, so I get the feeling that this reverse C room is going to be a staircase, and it's guarded by multiple blue Dark Nuts, but thankfully they seem to go down pretty easy to that white sword.
Yeah, apparently we're finding a bunch of enemies that rolled down in HP, which is nice. Actually, no, it seems about normal for them.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
It's just we're not used to seeing both runners have white sword this early.
That's also true.
So Matrick going for the nice double clip here, is able to get it. And do we have an item?
Oh.
No.
No. No, we don't. That's unfortunate.
He's going to check out where it leads him. We know where it's going to lead him. And it's just the map, so really nothing of benefit in that room.
Yep. The room that led him to could have had the Triforce in it, I think, right? Or could it not have? I actually not entirely
No, if it's a reverse E or double or single block, those won't have a drop. But if you're talking about the spiral, yes, that could have been the Triforce. That's probably why he did take it to check out.
Right, that's what I meant. It was worth going to look, just in case. And oh, that means a room above this Manhandla is ladder blocked.
Really good Manhandla kill, though.
Very nice.
And it looks like Vanny is also heading back into level 8.
Alright. Well, Magic finds the Triforce. But he found 0 of the items in here. That means he's gonna have to go back through this blue Wizrobe gauntlet that Van has found himself in if he chooses to go back into level 8 at all, which he is.
Yeah, I don't know if it was an accidental pickup or what, but, or maybe he just forgot that he would have to re-clear out this room, but really not something you want to have to deal with more than once in a seed.
No, you're right. Yeah, no, absolutely not.
But both of our runners actually have been dealing with this room very well. Having the red ring and white sword definitely helps, but neither of them really even in danger of dying throughout the room. So that's at least been some good news. But Manhandla here for Vanny is just something else.
Like Magic has stumbled upon a staircase room.
Yeah, we will have one of our items here. He is taking out the Wizrobe's maybe for a bomb drop. And we have our ladder. So if Vanny does come across that room, that is going to be huge because that is the last piece he needs other than finding level 9 for his go mode. Good news for Matrick is that might actually lead him back over in the general direction of the forest and the Lost Hills, which we know where level 2 is, and that is where the bow is located.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what he needs to. Oh well, the other item in 8 is the Any Key. That's a great find.
Yeah, much better find for Magic than it will be for Vanny. I mean, not horrible for Vanny by any means, but Vanny's a lot more comfortable in keys right now than Magic is as well.
Yeah, but, you know, even at 5, level 9 has this way of just draining keys from you, so... Yeah, as you said, he's not going to be upset to find that at any point.
Level 9 has a way of draining many things from you.
That's also
you know,
true.
Not just keys, but, you know, your life, everything.
Yeah, bombs, your hopes and dreams, everything, kind of everything.
Now, Vanny is a little low on health here, and while Blue Darkness are a lot easier with Red Ring, they still do take half a heart each hit, so they can add up very quickly. So he does have to be careful here with how he approaches zone. Is able to clear out the room and get a few hearts as well, so at least in a little bit better spot. Now, he knows this is going to lead just to that one single room, that's why he hesitated, but yeah, not worth trying to get through this darkness to go get that map.
No, not at all. No, maps are, it's one of those things that are kind of nice to have, but, like, if you have to go out of your way for it, with vanilla shapes, there's no reason to.
So Matt is continuing to explore the rest of Death Mountain. Uh, I believe level 7 is the only level that we haven't found, and well, that's actually for the better because, well, it's level 7.
Yeah, no one likes level 7. No one wants to see level 7. Unfortunately for Matrick, he is now out of bombs, so... Oh, he's gonna try gambling? Oh. And that's why you don't gamble, kids.
Unless you're Unix, then you always gamble.
Exactly. Or if you win, then you also always gamble. So... so anyway, well, Matrick actually using that boomerang to a good advantage here, and he finds some bombs in the process. And he finds level 7. And he's going into level 7.
You shouldn't have gotten that bomb drop, Matt. And Vanny does find one of the items here in level 8, but it is not the key one. So, well, it is the key one, but not the key one. So he will be exploring a little bit more to find this ladder. The biggest hope for Matrick, especially with more whiz robes, is that he finds the items super fast in here.
Absolutely. So here's the question: How much do you dig 7? Like, if you find it like this, do you just nope out immediately, or do you even just take a look? Because we do find a spiral staircase.
Well, given where Matrick is, as Vanny actually picks up his Triforce before finding the ladder as well. But given where Matrick is, I don't disagree with the play of diving it, because it's a level that you've come across. You know you still need bow, so you need to search somewhere, and so that's probably the reasoning.
Up in aid.
Oh boy. So Matrick needs to find 2, and Vanny is gonna have to go back into 8 in order to find what he needs.
Oh my goodness. I actually never crossed my mind as something that was going to happen until he grabbed that Triforce. Oh man. I don't remember where the ladder was in 8, as far as how difficult it was.
I think it was 2 rooms south of where the any key was. I believe really all she had to do was bomb up, maybe from the room south of it, but there was an open door to the left, which sort of guided runners away. So Vanny is now going to dive level 5.
And you know what else? There's that ladder-blocked room in level 8, at the very top of the map. Maybe he's thinking that the item's up there.
Well, Vanny did come across a staircase, but unfortunately it was a transport one, so that's never what you want to see early on. And well, Matrick had to deal with a 4-headed Gleeok in 7. Just more proof that 7 is horrible.
In an NSU room, nonetheless. Just want to point that out.
Speaking of Gleeok, this one's the 3-headed variety, but Vanny can just bomb right through it.
Oh, okay. I think, oh, there we go. Vanny's found another staircase, and it's going to lead to an item, and that item is good. Well, that's... yeah.
Possible item here for Matrick as well.
5 is not great either, apparently.
Okay, so what is our item in 7? It is the power bracelet.
Okay, so why that's good? That could lead Matrick back over towards the Lost Wood or the Lost Hills even more, because there's that power bracelet spot over there.
Yeah.
Which we know is 1 screen away from level 2 where he needs to be.
Yeah, and this may also be worst case scenario for Vanny right here. He picks up the Triforce out of level 5. That gives him 5 Triforce. Well, now we need to find level 9. He may go on a search for 9, and if he finds 9, search that for the ladder before returning to 8. Also, could you imagine if 9 is under PB spot? We would have a required 7.
Oh, that's right. That we haven't actually found level 9 yet.
So this seed still is all sorts of horrid for our runners. The bow,
Yeah.
the ladder, the enemy sets, the missing 9. Which at this rate, the only thing that would make it worse is if Magic searches all the PB spots, 9 isn't there, and 9 ends up being at a Raft spot with Raft in 6.
Oh, gosh. Well, Magic's gonna pull out... No, I thought he was gonna pull out a potion, but he's pulling out his bombs instead. He's got one left. Guts and the Triforce!
So Vanny finally going to go ahead and pick up a potion as well. 49 rupees is nothing bad. So he is going to continue his exploration of Death Mountain as well. Maybe, since we were looking at best case scenarios for Matrick, maybe best case scenario for Vanny is he stumbles across the ladder or he decides to go just check out level 8 one more time and stumbles across it.
Yeah... Unfortunately, doesn't look like he's going that direction at all. He's more doing more exploration of Death Mountain. He's gonna stumble on level 7 at this rate, and I wonder if he's gonna dig it or not.
Well, that might also be important for him to dig it if the power bracelet is required, which is having an increasing likelihood now.
Trying to think of where we haven't looked yet as far as these runners. I feel like we've covered most of the overworld, haven't we?
I believe we have. About the only other spot that both of our runners could check without the power bracelet is maybe Reporter Lake.
Well, if I'm taking a look here at the runner's personal trackers, which Matrick doesn't have his on his stream, outside of Death Mountain, the only thing Vanny needs to could go look at, yeah, is Vanilla level 2.
So Vanilla level 2, Vanilla level 7, and then our power bracelet and our raft spots.
Yeah.
Shakespeare, Bo is in level 2, which Matrick has not found yet. And Vanny is actually up A from Death Mountain, so is not going to explore any of level 7 either.
Indeed. Did we find the item in level 5?
The item in level 5 was the blue boomerang.
That's right. That's why I didn't remember it. Okay. Well, Recorder Lake is gonna have a big nothing. Well, bomb shop, I guess. It's not nothing. Oh! Metric just purchased a bomb upgrade, and that's a pretty good bomb upgrade.
Yeah,
Got us to
absolutely.
13.
5 extra bombs is never a horrible thing, especially with all the wizards we've seen. And while get stuck into that room is gonna obey, but he could have also just spent the 2 keys because he has an infinite amount.
Right. 2 keys of infinite keys and still infinite keys. Meanwhile, Van is making his way across the southern edge of Hyrule here. Gonna jump into the Take Any Roads. Wonder where he's planning on going now. Okay.
Given the general direction, maybe he might be heading back towards 8? Or 7?
Maybe?
But if he was going back towards 8, why wouldn't he just record her there?
That's a good point, because he's got the Triforce. I wonder where he is going. Even if he was going to 7, I wonder why he wouldn't record her over to 8.
Sometimes when you're flustered, especially towards the end of the season, when you don't have much left to check and you're trying to figure out where everything is, it's very possible that you just forget about mundane things like that, like having a quarter and being able to whistle somewhere.
Honestly, sometimes I know I've walked places simply to just like let my head clear as I look at my map and keep moving. So I get it. I do. This is not a fun screen to have to have to get into that little cave though. So Van is going to go ahead and dig level 7. I don't remember how far the item was in here, but the power bracelet is inside here, and that might be handy.
Magic seeing the only thing he doesn't want to see at this point.
Yeah.
Now, if level 9 would happen to be on a raft spot, the other big thing, as Magic does get the Triforce and is now also able to enter level 9, the other big thing is the only other 2 items we haven't seen are the wand and the book.
Yeah.
So really, none of the items left are important, but both of our runners are still looking for an important item.
Well, we don't know if the raft is not required yet.
Right. Yeah. Could still be a little important, which would even be more horrible because then both of our runners would basically be full clearing all their items, as Matrick is actually heading back into level 6 right now. Maybe not. Oh, I don't know what he's doing.
I think, I think he was... I don't know if I guess, is that the first time he's seen level 6?
Yeah, he actually hasn't done any searching down here, so that's why.
Oh.
And with that, now it looks like he is heading back towards level 6, so... or not. We'll figure out what Magic Danny is 7, and it's going to come across Spiral Staircase, which he skipped and seen where it led. So we'll be looking for this other room that will lead him to the item. Magic actually checking out the power bracelet spots as well. The hints here, but well, hints are useless right now because the old man will just repeat himself, and Vanny is going to get his bomb upgrade too. So very nice for both of our runners to be able to have a little bit of extra bombs going into level 9 whenever we find level 9.
Absolutely.
And Matrick finally coming across level 2. Gonna check out the power bracelet spot first, and
Did he actually check level 2?
no, he just skipped right over. He is on a full dig right now for level 9. He may be convinced that Bo is in level 9, but
Oh, dear.
I think level 9 might be Wrath Block.
Oh, he's going to the coast. He's gonna go pick up his
Oh
sword.
yes, those are also very important. But
Yeah.
yes, we may be Wrath Blocked out of level 9.
I'm starting to think we are. Wait.
I'm not sure if Matrick checked the grave push block area, but that would be the only one he hasn't checked now.
He may not have, but I know Van has it marked off on his tracker, and it wasn't anything other than, well, it was just X'd out, so.
Not the actual grave stone, but the power bracelet next to level 6.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right.
And Matrick is taking the up A after refilling his health. He's gonna check Recorder Lake.
He absolutely is. Yeah, he as you said before, he seems to be a complete dead set on finding 9.
So with the bomb shop being under Recorder Lake, he may be. I actually don't know where he's going, but Vanny does find the power bracelet. Oh, Magic still has to check the southwest here, it seems. Or no, that's just the other staircase. Oh yeah, the power bracelet, I believe, was in a corridor. But regardless, both of these runners are still on a big scavenger hunt. And it looks like Matrick is deciding to go back to level 2, which is the right call. But both of our runners may end up having to go back to level 6.
Wouldn't that be something? This just comes down to who digs level 6 first.
And Vanny deciding to up A from where he was at. Did he get the power bracelet? I don't believe so.
I didn't see it, per se.
Also, seeing the Dodongo on Matrix side, I love his Dodongo sprite because it is definitely a Trolldongo.
Absolutely.
Budweimer, level 4 had the white sword, I believe, but it was
Yes, it
ladder
did.
block from the Triforce.
That is correct. So Matrick is finally in level 2.
Yeah, actually just gets his bow too, so he has, yeah, he just picked it up. He does have the pieces he needs, but he doesn't have the full answer.
No, he does not. But he is fluting someplace. That's level 7.
And here we go. Vanny finally finds the Moldorm Worm, so he will be able to get the power bracelet at this point.
So Magic flew to level 7, then decided he actually wanted to go to level 5. So he's where's he?
He's diving
Is
6.
going?
He's gonna go into
Gonna go
6 because
6?
he's at the point where he knows 9 is probably wrap blocked.
Oh, that's crazy.
And I'm not sure if Vanny is making that same play or if he's going to be heading more towards the power bracelet spots to look for dungeons.
Oh yeah, no, you're probably right. You know, Magic has 11 heart containers now. I wonder if he's gonna make a play at Magic Sword. It's not.
Yeah, I was gonna say Magic Sword's actually not in a horrible spot. You can actually just whistle to 5 and check it. If I were him, I'd actually route it in once getting the raft because it's not too far away from vanilla level 4. That's the first place I would check, and I would route it in just to give it a peek at this point. I mean, it's not quite needed because he already has the white sword and red ring, but hey, if you can make your life a lot easier, why not try?
Exactly. Magic has hit a T room, yes that is. Nice vertical clip though.
Yeah, Matrix ran vanilla quite a bit, so he's usually able to nail that without too much difficulty. However, this block clip not giving him as much ease, and does find the item, and it is the raft, and well, folks, there is probably our key to level 9.
It's possible. Yeah, okay, vanilla level 2 check, and it's just a take any cave.
And Vanny actually grabbing his 11th heart as well, so both of our runners pretty healthy. No, not surprising, having to visit almost every dungeon. And Metric gonna check level 4 here, and there it is, level 9.
Oh, come on, game. Really? Oh, that is frustrating.
And we already know, and so does Metric, what the 2 items here are in level 9. Neither of them at this point are going to be beneficial to really hunt out. So he's actually only going to be searching for a couple things. One is a shutter door that, once there are no enemies remaining in the room, still does not open. And that shutter door will not open until the pig is destroyed and slain with a silver arrow. That is where Zelda will be located, and that is our ultimate goal. The other thing we'll be listening for is, well, the roar of Ganon. Ganon is able to really vocalize himself well, so you can actually hear him from an adjacent room, either north, east, south, or west of where he is. I'm not sure if that's because he put speakers in or has really, really thin walls, but for some reason we can hear him, so we will also be listening for that roar. Now, because of that, our runners will tend to route in a specific way that they feel is beneficial, and while we find the book too. The book is not a bad find here because there are 3 potential hints as well in level 9. One will tell you where the kidnapped is, one will tell you where the beast is, one with who guards the compass, and one with where the silvers are. So, not a horrible find because he still can get 3 hints that may be beneficial. Meanwhile, Vanny is trying to figure out where else he needs to go. Not very many spaces for him to check on the overworld, and just like Matrick may for a second have been under the thought, well, if I find 9, I'll dive 9 because Bo might be in there. Vanny might be in the same thought process in regards to the ladder. That ladder potentially might be a 9, and it would be a required double dip of level 9 in order to grab it.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate for him if he doesn't think to go back into level 8. But I don't know why he would think to go back into level 8. Clearly, he thinks he's blocked out of it somehow because he didn't get the second item there.
Yeah, potentially with how much of level 8 he had cleared too, that may have been the there may have only been 2 rooms that he didn't check, the one that is ladder blocked and the one that actually contains the ladder. So it's actually really rough depending on how you have marked or where you may be remembering, because a lot of people will not mark the lower levels. So if you think that you've cleared out the entire dungeon and that you're ladder blocked, that will definitely cause an issue, and you most likely will not return until very, very, very late.
Absolutely. Unfortunately for Magic, that shutter door opens, so we know Zelda's not up there. Oh, hey, Van's going back into level 8. Speaking of.
Oh man, so this is actually really big for him. We'll have to clear out this insane room again of Wizrobes, but this will actually put him into a little bit better position. The only unfortunate thing is we still need him to go to level 6 to get the raft.
Exactly, but I think at this point that's the only place he's got left, so... Magic dealing with yet another Patra. 9 is always infested with Patras. Always like to see people fighting Patra inside of the Patra ring.
So one thing with the Patras is they can actually mask the roar of Ganon until you exit and leave, and Vanny does find the ladder, probably a little upset that he skipped it over so long ago. But
yeah.
The Patra potentially blocking the roar is something that a lot of runners will sort of hone in on when they see the Patra, because there's a slight glitch in the sound where it's trying to produce 2 roars at once until the Patra's roar takes over. So some runners will recognize that that's where Ganon is.
Oh, we found a shutter door that's not opening on Matrix side.
And hi, Zelda, and hi, Ganon.
Oh, we find the pig right next to her, so... I see. Trying to get a stun lock. Looks like he's going to beat. Yeah, he's got that stun lock so far. What a clean Ganon fight. My goodness.
Yeah, really good Ganon fight there, and luckily does not have to go back far. Vanny picking up his silvers, but still has to get to level 6 to get that raft. And there we have it. The princess is rescued, and Magic has finished in the first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 6 minutes, 14 seconds.
Well done. Well played. What a seed. Oh my goodness. Seriously, that seed just... Ugh. Wanted you to go everywhere. So, hi, Matrick. Welcome to the chat room.
What was that seed?
That was such a ridiculous seed. I'm not even sure what to make of that.
I full cleared that entire map. I got every item from everywhere except 9. What was that?
I don't know.
I'm like, I'm clearing the map. I'm going. There's nowhere left to go. I gotta find the raft. Where the hell's 9?
Yeah, we were piecing that together just as much as you were, and it's like, I think everything that seed could do to you, it did to you, because, I mean, not only did you have to full clear to pretty much find everything, but the ladder, which was one of the key important items because of where silvers were, was in 8 behind that room of 8 blue wizrobes that was required.
Oh man, this combat in this seed, this was a brutal seed for combat. I have no idea where Vanny is. I haven't logged on and turned on the Randomizer yet, but this was a brutal combat seed. If the red ring hadn't been the Armos item, this would still be going. No question.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, for instance, level 8, having to get through, what was it, 8 blue wizrobes to even get into the dungeon?
Yeah. And Vanny did just get his wrapped out of level 6, so he too has completely full cleared everything just to get into level 9. Going to go over and check where level 4 is. We're kind of actually disappointed with all this full clearing. Neither of you actually checked to see whether you could get the magic sword at 11 hearts.
I think I only had 10. Did I have 11?
Yeah, you had 11 by the time you entered 9, but I think at that point you were just so zeroed in on, I got the raft on, I need to get there.
It's not necessary either. If you have the white sword, who cares?
No, it's not necessary. It's just fun.
Yeah.
I like crushing everything with like a hot knife through
I'm
butter.
actually very surprised with as heavy of a combat seed as that was. I didn't die at all. I had some close calls, but I never died.
Hey, that's just major props. I mean, that's the big thing, is that you were able to stay alive, which didn't really hurt you in losing a lot of progress or anything at that point, because
I was so angry.
I know with seeds like this, at least for me, if I die deep into a dungeon or something like that, I just sort of start to get really frustrated and disheartened at deaths like that. But the big thing for you here, Matrick, is this puts you in the brackets.
Yeah.
So are you ready for all the new stuff to come on top of everything that already happens in seeds like these?
Yeah, it's, yeah. I don't really, I've said the same thing every time. There's just so much luck involved that just throwing more luck into the mix just adds more random factor. So yeah, be ready for it. But I will say, when I was in level 8, I was going through that whole dungeon and I got really far into it and the Triforce spawned on top of me in the gel room and I went, no, I gotta clear the blue wizrobe room.
That's exactly what we said.
We were wondering if that was for sure Y-Force, because we're like Matrick would not grab that just to grab that, so
No.
Yeah.
No, not with those wizrobes there. And then I got in, and if I had like just gone up from the start, I'd have gotten both the items. They were like back to back. Okay, get them both. Here we go. And I went back in and I thought, this better be worth it. And then when I saw the ladder, I was like, okay, it's worth it. Let's go make sure there's nothing else in here. Magic key. Wow, I've been key locked out of 3 dungeons already. I should pick that up.
Absolutely. So, kind of the major thing that happened to Vanny was he found level 2 long before you did. It was much earlier for him. But when he went into level 8, because you guys were both in there, I think about the same-ish time, he found the magic key, did not find the ladder, and I think he thought the other item was that ladder block room to the top of level 8.
Ew.
Because he left and did not go back until after you were already in level 9.
Yeah, ew. That's rough.
Yeah.
That wasn't a particularly long 9 either, and the fact that Zelda was 1 room away from Ganon, I killed those bats and the door didn't open and I went, really? Okay, if I can bomb right or left, this is gonna be over really fast.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything else to say. Who rolled this? Let me look up. Who actually rolled this?
That would be the key.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, man. I gotta give you credit. That was a Matrix seed for sure, dude. Dude, props. That was a studly roll. A full clear required, nasty combat everywhere, 4 HP red levers, which is always an annoyance of mine.
Right.
Oh, God, yeah, no. About the only thing that we didn't get was, like a required meat block somewhere trolling. Or 10 Patras in one dungeon. That's about all we missed. This was a nasty seed. And I couldn't believe that we had Dark Nuts and Wizrobes in the same dungeons. I'm going, has that always been a thing? Or is that more recent? I don't remember that. I don't think I have seen too many where there are Dark Nuts and Wizrobes in the same dungeons.
No, it doesn't happen a lot. It can with sort of restructuring the enemy groups and everything, but yeah, we don't see it often, and when it does happen, I mean, it's really something you don't ever want to walk into. I think Ria's might be just as bad with Wizrobes, but yeah, the Wizrobe Darknut combination is kind of something no one really wants to see.
Yeah, that was, man, a couple of those dungeons were really ugly. Oh well, GG. I'm gonna turn this on.
Absolutely. Very well played, sir. Absolutely.
I want to see where my boy Vanny's at right now.
He's exploring level 9. Got a little deep into it. Up in age, because I think he hit a dead end.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. The jam race is going right now.
Oh yeah, since Magic mentioned it, we will too. Right now, over on Randomania, we do have Jam versus King Doll, which is another one of these 2-2 matchups that is going to determine someone who gets into the bracket. And we also do have a matchup between, I believe it's Lady Prismillan and, I should know this off the top of my head. It is Lady Prismillan and Mad Bomber X. And I believe that is over either on Randomania 3 or Randomania 4 at the moment. And then, of course, tonight, we do have some good matches on Speed Gaming. On Speed Gaming 3, we're going to have Dragon Dark, your boy Matrick, versus RC Drone. And then on Speed Gaming 4, we have none other than OPT Lawyer here versus New York Rambler.
So watch the other match, because that'll be way more interesting. No one wants to see me.
I was going to say, not to rain on your parade, but Drone and Darch, that is going to be hype. that is a couple of titans right there. That'll be good. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, DD's not. We made the joke when the week started and all the matches came out. I think one of the first things that was said by Dragon Dark was, anybody want to trade matches with me?
Yeah, very excited to actually watch both of them. I'll probably have the multi-Twitch up because, well, not only is Dragon Dark versus Drone going to be insanely entertaining, but OPT's actually fighting for his tournament life as well. If he wins, he makes the bracket. So that should be a very good watch as well.
Do it. Do the thing. Well, boys, I'll leave you to it. Good luck to Vanny. I know he's gonna be finishing up here. I feel bad for the poor guy.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty quick.
He's nursing a nasty cold today, so he said he was trying to power through. So, GG's to him for sure.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
And congratulations again to you, man. Again, very well played, Seed, considering the circumstances and the situation that tried to put you into.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate that.
No problem.
Take care, guys.
Have a good one. So, Vanny is continuing his exploration of 9. I forget exactly where Ganon and Zelda were, but thankfully when he finds one, he's not going to be too far away from the other.
And I think Zelda was over in the V column, the very top room, so he needs to make his way over there. Ganon would be in the E column, first E column then, so has a little bit to go to the left, but as Matrix said, you know, a good perseverance here by Vanny, nursing the cold and everything, and even by Matrix to deal with the seed in general. It has been quite the seed, so don't forget to give both of our runners a follow. Both very entertaining streamers in general. They do way more than Z1R, so definitely give both of them a follow, as well as my commentary partner, our tracker, and our restreamer today, OPT Lawyer.
Hey, don't forget yourself, Crimson. This guy is what's that game that you've been running, or at least wanting to get back to? I've been asking to see what it even was.
Oh, the only game that I really speedrun right now is Battle of Olympus, and I will be getting back to that very, very soon. And speaking of very, very soon, Vanny is closing in on the location of where Zelda and Ganon are. Unfortunately, heading south because, well, bombs are allowing him to do so. But
absolutely,
over in that general area now.
He's going back upwards, so...
Yeah, if he tries bombing left, I know the room south of Zelda, you could bomb from the right, so he should be able to enter right here. If he bombs left, or maybe not, or no, he has to be one room further north in order to bomb left, so has a little bit more to go, but hopefully we'll be able to get over that way soon.
I forget, does he have a potion or not?
I believe he used one, but he still has his second available to him.
Okay.
I think Fanny is just looking for another potential staircase to be able to take, hoping that it leads him over towards that western side of the dungeon.
Fortunately, that staircase led him... Well, you know, it's south, but, you know, if he goes to the right, he might be able to go all the way north, so who knows? Maybe this is a good thing.
Yeah, and if not, maybe it will lead him to another staircase that pops him up at the top, but no. This will...
Or the game could just be, you know, screwing with him more, because why not?
I mean, he may still potentially be able to bomb up there.
That's true.
Because it is money or life room, and I believe it's possible, but... But it doesn't look like this amounts towards anything, unfortunately.
It does not appear that way. He definitely did an up and A. And unfortunately, his stream just wigging out on me.
Fanny back over into the L column, so may be able to find a way back over. We'll see if he is able to. Vanny taking another transport here. And I believe this leads him to a much better spot in level 9.
Absolutely. At least if he can either bomb over or... It's the worst thing about not remembering how Metric got there.
To be fair, I'm sure if Metric were still in here, he wouldn't remember how he got there.
I mean, that's how that normally goes, isn't it? It's... With 182 rupees, I'm a little surprised we're not seeing Vanny pull out the silver arrows a little bit more.
Yeah, again, against his Gyarados, would make him relatively fast, only 2 shots each, so that would definitely help. But he does find a bomb wall to the right, and this may have been the key that Metric used to get up there, because he's only, I think, 2 or 3 rooms south of Ganon, so if he's able to head directly north, he'll be okay. Because we know that Ganon was accessible from the south.
Oh, hey, look at that.
So, okay, we have found every single item in the game.
Yes, we have.
And there we go. Yes, we can hear Ganon. So, Vanny should not be far away now. He does have a potion, which is important because half a heart is a dangerous thing to have with Ganon.
Here's the thing, though. Did he see Zelda's room?
He has not. He has not been over there. But if he happens to head north out of Ganon's room, it might be possible that she was accessible from the left. I didn't take notice when Metric entered.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have that much left to explore anyway, so...
Fair.
We'll have to see. He does have 2 hits on Ganon now. Needs 6 more. Whenever you're in a remote room like this, getting positioned for a stun lock is never easy anyway, so he may have elected early on when he entered, you know what, I'm just going to go and swing in and just try to hunt Ganon down. Can be a little difficult, given that he can be firing fireballs from any position around his body, so it is a little more difficult, but he does take down Ganon. We have Bacon on Vanny's side. So we'll see how long it takes him to find Zelda here. Unfortunately, heads left first, which may end up leading him further away from the girl.
Oh. Okay, so it's just a key, so can't be a staircase. Whew.
Goes back in and is going to head north. And we do have a shutter door here, and oh my goodness, old man. But that is going to do it, and Vanny is going to be able to rescue Zelda with the time of 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 45 seconds.
Oh, gosh. The old man might as well have just said, hey, she's next door. Oh, GG for that. Goodness.
Alright, and we'll see if Vanny is available to jump in.
Of course, the hint for Zelda would be directly next to Zelda. Feel like we should have expected that one with the way this seed was. As we said before, everybody, give these runners a follow. Seriously, it is awesome of them to let us restream them in these tournaments. Because without them, we wouldn't have a show or a tournament, so get them involved. Does look like Vanny is going to join us, so let's see. Nope.
And I believe Vanny's here. Good game.
Yeah, Vanny.
Thank you.
That seed.
So, what? Yeah. So, where do we even start with this seed?
We start with the fact that I just completely screwed up my play in 8 and forewent getting the ladder about 40 minutes later than I should have, I feel like. That
was unfortunate to watch. Yeah. But needing to go into practically every dungeon to find that stupid raft. Gosh.
Yeah, my dig went once I realized that I cleared. Well, hold on, I can check. I cleared every single room, or I saw every single room in 7, and by the time I was done, and I didn't have the ladder at that point. When I didn't get the ladder at that point, I was like, I'm done. I'm toast. Like, there's no way that this could be something that I could do and recover from. So, kind of embarrassed about that.
It's a randomizer. Sometimes it just it messes with you. Sometimes for things like that. It was a very combat heavy seed, and you were able to take care of a lot of those ugly rooms quite well. So don't be too disparaged.
Yeah, I mean, having to slog my way through that entrance room in 8 with all those blue whiz robes, and having to do that twice, and the fact that the ladder was in there, it's stupid. It's stupid.
Well, Matrick actually did have to do that room twice as well, mostly because when he found the Triforce, it kind of spawned on top of him.
Oh.
And he had to go all the way back through that, because he didn't have the ladder at that point either. Yeah, no, it was close at that point. You were both in 8 at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And you had the advantage because you had found 2 and he hadn't. But yeah, no, it just a few things here and there. It's all it came down to. As a randomizer, but no, you played very well with the combat in this, because this seed didn't want to put anything. It gave you the red ring, and it's like, okay, we're gonna make it hard. By the way.
Yeah, I did get the red ring as kind of a gift. The white sword was easy to get to. That was good. But yeah, I just choked on the latter part. Just was a dumb play on my part not to keep going through 8 after I got that Triforce, and it ended up getting me eliminated from the tournament. What can I say?
Well, I mean, you've put on a heck of a show this tournament. Honestly, I believe you mentioned that you didn't really do a lot with Z1R before you signed up for the tournament, and then you just sort of started practicing a bunch of seeds and everything. But you've put on quite a show, even so. What are your plans going forward? Any other randomizers you're going to jump in and try out?
Well, I mean, yeah, I didn't really start playing Z1 Randomizer in earnest until about, like, I don't know, maybe about 2 weeks before the tournament, if that. So as far as what's next, I don't know. Probably a nap, just because I've got a cold right now and I could use that. But as far as stream plans, like with randomizers, I'll probably take a look at the randomizer they have for Final Fantasy IV. They call it Free Enterprise. A lot of good friends of mine run that really well. They have a league of their own going right now, kind of like a tournament style. So that
Yeah.
might be something that I get into. But then, just other runs, I've submitted some stuff to, AGDQ, so I'll probably work on that, see how that goes. So
Yeah, I may have done a few of the free enterprise stuff myself, and
Sure.
it's enjoyable. And
oh yes,
being part of the
Free Enterprise is great.
and knowing that you're part of the Final Fantasy IV community in general, I mean, it'd be great to see you on some of those too. I know you would do well.
Yeah, well, I mean, I run, I run the vanilla Final Fantasy IV, specifically the no credits or category. So, I mean, as far as my familiarity with the game itself, I have plenty of that. So, but just the randomizer is something that I haven't really done too much with. But I might start doing that a little more.
All right. Well, as we said, it has been a pleasure having you in the tournament. Really good to be able to witness not only yourself but all of our new runners playing and growing and everything. So once again, GG for how well you performed in this tournament.
Thanks, fellas. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right, Krim. Well, want to take us out?
Yeah. As I mentioned, be sure to check out the other two races going on right now on Randomania and Randomania 4, as well as our one coming up in about an hour and a half. It will either be here or on Randomania 1. We'll just have to see what our schedule is falling into place for that, as well as our two races on Speed Gaming 3 and Speed Gaming 4 tonight. But on behalf of our runners, Vanagon and Matrick, as well as my co-commentator, tracker, and restreamer, OPT Lawyer, I am Crimson Avix. Have a good day, everyone.